question of whether or not you should use a queen excluder is one that you can make on your own. But I will tell you that you can use a queen excluder, you cannot. It's all going to be okay. The reason that I recommend that new beekeepers do not use queen excluders is this. Beekeeping is challenging enough, and you certainly do not I don't use a queen excluder, and I produce honey for a living. That is, I support myself and 5 other people full time, and we don't use queen excluders. So know that. But I find that beginners already have so much to worry with and think about and figure out. Throwing in another piece of equipment, another tool that if you do use it incorrectly can bite you, because they can be used incorrectly. So I don't like to recommend that beginners use them, because it's just already so complicated and so many things to learn and figure out how to do. Why make it more complicated? So rather, learn the basics of beekeeping. And then if later you want to play around with a queen excluder, then do it. The only time that I use queen excluders is when we've caught swarms, and we use it as a queen includer to, of course, keep the bees and the queen, hopefully, in the box that we've hived them in. So that's the only time that we use them. And we don't find that it becomes a problem when we're harvesting, because you should be looking at every frame that you harvest anyway, right? We want to make sure we're not taking frames that aren't fully capped. So that's not so much an issue. And I'm of the opinion that I don't want to limit my queen in any way. If she wants to lay a whole lot of brood, have at it, sister, because we know that 2 hives of 25,000 bees make less honey together than 1 hive of 50,000 bees. So I want my hives to be big and strong. And the only time I really find it's an issue is that up in the supers, you might find some drone comb here or there where they've laid drones. You can just leave those frames and then come back in a couple of weeks. The drones will hatch out, or you can cut them out if you're of the camp that you like to cut out drone comb and then still harvest it. But in a few weeks, they'll hatch out and they'll probably fill it with nectar anyway, and you can come back and pull it then. So I'm of the no queen excluder camp. You can choose whatever you like, but if you are a beginner, maybe wait a year or 2 before you try your hand with excluders.